If you've ever looked at your acrylic stamp collection and thought to yourself, like, ooh, I might use this stamp, but there's no way I'm going to use this whole set, this is a video for you. Hi, I'm Julie from Plan to Create, and I love finding ways to get more use out of my craft supplies. And one thing that I realized a while back is that I had a lot of sets that I was having to go through in order to select a stamp. And I realized that I was using just a couple of the stamps out of a whole sheet, and that takes a lot of space in your room. But not only that, it just also makes your decision-making process a little bit longer. It's a lot easier for me to think, ooh, I'm looking for a circle, so I can go to a stamped sheet of all circles, and I'll be able to locate that quicker. I'll be able to find exactly what I'm looking for, and also it eliminates wading through several stamps in order to choose the one that you really want. Let me quickly go over the supplies that I used to dismantle my stamps. Obviously, you will be starting with some type of acrylic stamp sets, particularly ones that have items that you would like to use and several that you find yourself not using at all. Next up, I used my trimmer to cut some acetate sheets down to size. I cut down to 6x8 and 4x6. Those are the storage systems that I use, so that's what I cut down to. If you don't have a trimmer to make those initial cuts, you can always do a rough job with some scissors. It's not necessary to be precise. So to create my acetate sheets that have the stamps included, I chose to use clear sticker paper. I use this sticker paper to print a lot of my digital stickers, and I always save my scraps, which have come in clutch for this project. So another thing you might want to consider is some type of stamp storage. This is not mandatory, but I do enjoy having these colorful labels. They break down my major categories. And then, as you've seen in previous videos, each stamp set I do label as well. These guys are slightly shorter than the colorful labels, so I can see the overall category, and then I can see which stamps I have in that category. Not mandatory at all, but just something that I like to use to organize myself. First things first, you need to decide your categories. What are you looking for when you're going to create? For me, alphabets are an automatic, and numbers. I use those a lot. I don't take those apart. I also will be creating something and think this needs a circle, or I'd like a shape. And so I have a shapes category. I have a brand new home base because I've kind of realized how much I enjoy adding those to my pages. And I have something called text heavy. So any words that maybe I don't want to keep in their initial set, any titles or little phrases, those are going to come onto a category like this. I personally would recommend taking a moment here and cutting those acetate sheets down to size. Create some 6x8 sheets, some 4x6, so that as you go through your stamps, you can start to collect the ones that you want to keep into the categories and start to arrange them on the sheet and see what fits. Otherwise, now is just a great time to start pouring through your sets and seeing what jumps out at you. If you feel like you'll use the majority of the set, leave it be. I didn't cut into everything. It may go without saying, but obviously once you start, there's no going back. So keep that in mind, but I definitely feel like it's worth it. Okay, I'm just gonna walk you through kind of that process for me. You see me peel off the actual printed acetate sheet, and I just start to place these stamps onto the acetate that I have cut. One little note is that I could have gone wider in my particular system here. I stuck with a 4x6 size for that acetate, and obviously the stamp storage is a little wider, so that's just something to keep in mind depending on which system you're using. But you can just see I'm slowly laying these out. Some of them are a little more stained, so they're showing up better, but I'm just starting to see what will fit into this new category that I'm creating, and this one I'm just calling homebody. It's like anything kind of introvert, homebody related. The star of this whole thing is that I have all of these excess pieces that I've kept, these scraps of clear sticker paper, and these are what I'm going to use so that I can see clearly what's in each of these sets, and I'm not having to stamp directly onto the acetate. I started the project thinking I would use StazOn ink, stamping on acetate sheets in order to create these sets, but I realized very quickly that the StazOn was slippery on the acetate. It was really hard to get a good image. It was bugging me. And here I have all of this clear sticker paper. I thought, oh, why don't I use that? It also keeps it kind of flexible. Like if I ever decide like, you know what, I'm really not using this little stamp in this set, I could technically peel off the sticker, get rid of the stamp and replace it with something else. So I do, of course, love that flexibility. But you're just gonna see here, I do recommend laying all of the stamps out onto the acetate sheet, kind of getting a feel for the whole direction you're going. Then I recommend taking each stamp individually, stamping it onto the clear sticker paper that hopefully you just have on hand, maybe even some scraps like I do. I feel like this process of stamping all of the stamps helps give the ink some time to dry on the clear paper. I still got kind of inky fingers through this process, but it didn't smear or make a huge mess. It's just, you know, kind of part of the process, so keep that in mind. It might get a little messy. But like I said, you're giving everything ample room to dry here. You're gonna see I'm just taking each stamp one by one by one, cramming as many as I can on each little sheet. And then the next step is just to cut those all apart and to place them on your set. I break up this video to share a little public service announcement. You're welcome. I love these scissors, first of all. Spellbinders, you can purchase them at Amazon or scrapbook.com, and they just are ridiculously nice, and I don't know what it is. I've always just used normal scissors, never cared. Bought these, and I will never go back. So there's that. But I do cut a lot of clear stickers, and I just feel like it gets gummy after a while here on the scissors. So I'm just showing you guys, if you have some alcohol and a cotton swab, I just happen to have these prepped pads. I just do this periodically, kind of get some of that stickiness off of the blades. I'm trying to do it very carefully so as not to cut myself. Yeah, just thought I would share that. I do that periodically. It does seem to help. I wonder if I cut that, if that would even help to kind of get up in there. Okay, back to the video. Once you finish cutting the little pieces out, you just get to flip that sheet over. And then I think this is the fun part. This is when it starts to make it feel like it's an official sheet. I know it's not the same as what it looked like before, but I feel like that stamped image on the clear paper clearly shows me the stamp that's being labeled here. And I really feel like I have my own little topical sheets that I will reach for when I'm looking for a specific theme. Before I sign off, I just thought I would flip you through some of the sets that I have made. Sorry for the glare with the lights. But like you saw my categories earlier, I had shapes, so the hexagons, and I call this label. Of course, that's a loose term for what I've included here. I'm loving the circles and diamonds. I feel like I could probably break this out, do just the circles, and separate the diamonds somewhere else, maybe even onto a smaller sheet. Here are my home bases, and I have 1, 2, 3 sets of those so far. I could see myself adding some more based on whether or not I break up some more sets. This one, you can tell I attempted to do with the StazOn ink onto the clear paper directly instead of using my sticker paper method, and I hated it. Like, I hate that all my stamps are stained and schmucky. I'm weird like that, but I also just didn't feel like I got good images. Some more home bases. And then these are just some larger texts, like titles that would take up a lot more space on a page, but I liked their fonts, I liked what their messages were. This is self-talk, so I just took apart anything that's kind of like things I might tell myself, you know, you'll be okay eventually. I liked those. And then this one is a currently set, so anything kind of that would be like, hey, here's what I'm doing currently, or here's what's happening in the news currently. My smaller sets so far, I've just broken out a lot of the text that I had from different sets and just put them together. Nothing really specific there, just general. And then you guys saw me put this one together. So that's what we've kind of got so far. I did not keep all of the stamps that I condensed to show you. It would have been a mess to show all of the cutting apart and all the scraps. But I feel like I have definitely condensed. I had to have gone from, you know, this thick to here, I feel like. But it just feels good not to have to flip through as much. And in the future months, I could see myself grabbing some of these to use in my capsules, you know, just to specifically make sure that they're getting put to use in my projects, because that is the whole point. Something else to tag on, I mentioned that I use the Stamp Market storage. If you don't use that, you can still do this with your stamps. So say yours come in some type of a plastic little pocket, they have the white sheet behind. Absolutely could still use that. You just keep this piece of acetate to keep on the bottom, and then you're just going to recreate this one. So basically you're just losing this one sheet. You'll do, you know, you lay out the stamps that you want to keep, lay your brand new sheet of 4x6 acetate there, and then you can place your clear stickers on top in whatever pattern or whatever will help your stamps fit. And so I just wanted to kind of mention that you don't have to purchase the Stamp Market storage like I'm using. This is also totally adequate. You just would need to replace the one sheet of acetate. You don't have to use the file folder system. The whole process of doing this honestly reintroduced me to a bunch of stamps that I think I was forgetting about, and that's part of why I did it. It's like when you just have stamps kind of piled up, you really reach for the same ones over and over. It feels like I'm not usually digging through to see all of my options because it's overwhelming. So by condensing them, I feel like I was reintroduced to stamps that I love. It was fun. I immediately found ways to put them to use, and it just feels good. It's kind of a good practice to do periodically. I will say you don't have to cut everything apart. Maybe as you go through your stamps, you see one set that you're kind of willing to get rid of, but there's one or two stamps that you like. Maybe just start with that. Salvage those two stamps, stick them on a little sheet, pull them aside, see how that works. And if you find yourself using those more and more, maybe do that with a few more sets and start to gather some topical sets for yourself. I would love to hear if this is something that you are interested in attempting. Comment below and let me know if it's something that you give a try. I hope that you get a chance to do something creative today, whether that's taking apart your stamps or just going about your way. All right, have a good one. Until the next video, take care. Literally a jackhammer outside. It's perfect timing.